Hello, good day everyone. Gab here, market analyst from SmarTrade. So let us start our market briefing for today by taking a recap on yesterday's data. All right, so yesterday we only have the interest rate decision for Australia and also the ISM non-manufacturing PMI data for US for the month of August. So as you can see here, for the RBA interest rate decision, the actual data was 2.35 versus the previous data of 1.85. So we see here another rate hike for the RBA. And also for the ISM non-manufacturing PMI for the month of August, so the actual data was 56.9 versus the market forecast of 55 and also the previous data of 56.7. So this one is slightly higher if we base on the previous one, but overall it's higher on the forecast. And for today, what are the data that we need to pay attention? So number one, earlier today, so we have the GDP data for Australia, 9:30 a.m. So on the yearly basis, the actual data was 3.6% versus the market forecast of 3.5, so slightly higher. But overall, if we base the 3.6 actual data on the previous one, it's obviously higher since the previous one was 3.3. And after the GDP data for Australia, you only have to focus on the GDP data for European zone later at 5 p.m. And also the trade balance for Canada at 8:30 p.m. Same goes with the US balance trade for the month of July. And lastly, we need to focus on the interest rate decision for Canada as well later at 10 p.m. So the actual or the previous data was 2.5% and it's being forecasted at 3.25%. So it looks like there will be another rate hike for Bank of Canada. So let's see what will happen later after the release. So we can expect that all currencies that is paired by the Canadian dollars will move on huge volatility of the market. So you have to be very cautious for the day, to be specific on the Canadian dollars. So let's jump straight on some of the financial products. All right, so last briefing, so we've analyzed gold, silver, and also the US oil. So first things we have gold. So as of the moment, the price of gold is traded around 16.95, and the levels that I gave you yesterday is 1720 and of course 1710. Those are the levels of that we need to pay attention. So as I've said, if the price of gold is traded beyond 1720, then we can further target 1725. But on the 1710, so if the price goes down lower than 1710, then we might target 1705. And as you can see here, the price of gold was traded below 1710 last night, and obviously it goes to 1705. So I hope you guys profited with this trade if you managed to catch the price of gold traded below 1710. And as you can see here, the whole session for gold yesterday, obviously we can see a sharp drop for gold last night. So for the day, what are the levels that we need to pay attention for gold? So number one, we can see here 1705 and also 1695. So if we can see that the price of gold is traded beyond 1705, then we might target 1710. But in 1710 area, we need to be very cautious with this one since we can see a huge drop for gold yesterday. So once the price goes to 1710, then it might retrace on the downside once again. And on the downside, if the price of gold is traded below 1695, then you might target 1690. But as you can see here, the price is currently traded 1695. But personal opinion, I will wait for the stochastics to retrace on the upside, and then from there, if the price is near at 1695, and if it's traded below, then you might re-enter once again. But for 1690 area, we need to pay attention with this one since there's actually a strong support right here, since we can say huge move on the upside right here. But if the price is traded below 1690 for the day, then we might see a further drop for gold. So that is something that we need to pay attention. So again, it's 1705 and 1695, but if it goes lower than 1690, then you might see another drop for gold for the day. So next is silver. So silver yesterday, I gave you the levels of 18.40 and same goes with 18.20. So if the price is traded beyond 1840, then we might target the 1850. And right here, as you can see, on the early sessions, the price of silver was traded beyond 18.40 and it goes to 18.50. So those who took the trades, especially the long positions, I hope you guys profited. And right after that, the price of silver retraced from 18.50 and it goes down and it hits our area of interest of 18.20, and the price of silver was traded below that. So target yesterday was 18.15. And what happened? The price of silver goes down to 18.15 and it goes lower all the way to 17.92. And as of the moment, the price of silver is around 17.93. So I hope you guys profited with both directions, especially for we took the levels last night. So for silver, so what are the levels that we need to pay attention for the day? So for silver, number one, the levels is 18, and same thing with 17.80. So if you can see that the silver is traded beyond 18, then you might see 18.10 in picture. And if it's traded below 17.80, then you might see 17.70 for the day. But same thing with gold. If we can see that gold is silver rather is traded below 17.70, then you might see a further drop for silver for the day. So as you can see here, 17.70 is actually a good support area since the price of silver went up from there. But again, if it's traded below 17.70, then we need to be very cautious since it might drop once again. And lastly, we have the US oil. So US oil currently it's around 85.40. So the levels that I give you is 89.5 and also 88.50. Okay. So as I've said, if it's traded beyond 89.50, then we can see 90 in picture. But the price of US oil last night did not reach the 89.5, but rather it hits our area of interest below 88.5. So the price was traded below 88.50. And what happened? The price goes down to our target of 88. So those who took the short positions here, I hope you guys profited. And right after that, as I mentioned yesterday as well, if the price of US oil is traded below 80 or 88 rather, if it can sustain below 88, then you might see a further drop. So what happened? The market price of US oil goes down to 86 and it goes down further as of the moment all the way to 85.39. So for US oil, what are the levels that we need to pay attention for the day? So we have 87 and same goes with 85. So number one again, if it's traded beyond 87, then we might see 88 in picture for the day. But if it's traded below 85, then we might see 84. Okay. So for 84 levels, if the price of US oil can sustain lower than 84, then we might see another drop for US oil for the day, or if not day, for the rest of the week. So we have to be very cautious. So as of the moment, stochastics is around the 20 level. So I'd rather wait for a pullback from 80 levels, and then if it's near 85 and it goes down below 85, then we might place a short position and target 84. So overall, you guys know the drill. If you watch the previous videos, if you manage to took the positions, regardless if it's long or short, I would advise you to trail the half of the targeted pips so that it can protect your capital, and same goes with your profits. All right, so thank you everyone. Please like and subscribe sa YouTube channel ni SmarTrade, and see you in the next video.